By the time I actually started making money as a content creator, all that was just cash that I was just like using my checks for. And then after a certain point, I was like, not my biggest check, but after a certain point, I'm like, I turned 25, and frontal lobe just like lights up and develops finally. So then I was like, I'm just gonna pay down on my cards.
Hi everyone, I'm your host Shakirah Brightly, and I'm here with the bold, the beautiful, and the most stylish Shenea Walker.
Hello.
Thanks for joining me today.
I'm happy to be here.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
Doing
great.
good.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Your hair looks great.
Oh,
Switched it up. I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow my pixie to a bixie. So.
Yeah. Is this like the main look for the summer, or just for like right now?
It might be. I'm not gonna lie. I find that anytime I change my hair, my following doesn't take to it very well. So I'm gonna see how long I have this in. But I love it for now.
You look good in anything.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, I love it. So I love how you've been so open about quitting your full-time job to fully focus on content. Going into it, what were your expectations versus like what it's actually like? Like, what's the difference between the two?
It's funny. I don't think I necessarily had any expectations. But one thing that I'm finding now to be like, I guess one of the biggest, I don't want to say hurdles, but one of the biggest things to learn is like being your own boss.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm a very disciplined person. Like, I eat very clean. I go to the gym. I'm very big on, like, staying on different schedules. But I've realized that a lot of the schedules that I've had throughout my life was not schedules that I necessarily made for myself. It's, like, other people's schedules that were made for me, and then I just fit in different things that I wanted to do around those schedules.
Yeah.
But now it's, like, no. Like, every day it's, like, I wake up and I'm like, yo, what are we doing today?
Right.
Or even, like, every night I go to sleep, I'm like, oh, my God, I get up early. It's like, actually, no, I don't have to get up early if I don't want to, but I am, though, because that probably will be the most productive of me.
Yeah.
But, so now I find it's just, like, trying to find a schedule. Like, and, like, what's going to work best for me. I think that a lot of times, like, you look on the internet and you kind of see what people do. Everyone gets up at 5 in the morning, gets up at 6 in the morning, and they're doing these things, but it's like, I'm not that person. They want to work out in the morning. I actually love a midday workout. So it's like trying to figure out what is best for me is, I think, the biggest thing about working full time.
Right. It's like you have more flexibility too with this, so you're trying to work it all together. I do love that. I think it will come naturally.
Yeah, it's starting to flow. It's starting to flow as of April. It's starting to come together slowly. But that was probably the biggest thing about going from working a 9 to 5 to being full time is really the scheduling.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I also love, too, you talked about being able to, taking this on full time, you're more so you can connect with the community more.
Absolutely.
And how you knew you were a star before this, and you definitely give star quality for sure. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's an innate feeling that you kind of just have to have, or like a knowing, or like a intention you have to set for your life. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to just show up as this and be this. It's a certain energy you have to have, too, when you walk in that kind of mindset.
Yeah, and also, too, what you tell yourself and put into yourself, if you keep doing that, you'll keep pushing far. You have to believe in it. You can't think about what other people think.
Oh,
and I love that about you.
Absolutely.
You have so much self-confidence.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you for
you.
that. What advice would you give to someone that would love to take the leap of faith and pursue content full-time, but, they're having a hard time?
Yeah, I would say that, to me, like, I'm big on security. A lot of people do leaps of faith, or they go into jumping content. Like, I'm just going to quit my job with a no backup plan, no this, or like, I'm going to move across to another state with $1,000 in my pocket. Me, personally, I'm not like that. Like, I think that there's a level of security that I myself wanted when I wanted to become full-time, and I made sure that I had that. But then also, to your point, it's also about your mindset and kind of like what you believe that you can do. And that's something that no one else can really tell you. You know what I mean? So I think sitting down with yourself and kind of like I did a Substack on this, and it's about people listening to the wrong voice. I think a lot of people listen to outside voices, or they hear negative voices in their own head, and they kind of give that voice the mic when they need to be like pivoting that and giving the mic to the voice that actually needs to be heard, right? So it's like the one that's telling you, okay, I probably should stay up and like work on this thing. So actually listen to that voice versus the other voice that's saying like, let's just do it tomorrow. Like, no, cut that mic. So I think like, to me, it's it's deciphering between what voices you actually listen to. Yeah.
Right. And you always said, there was a video too, you're like, this is why I always go with my first instinct or what I think versus asking multiple people. Like, you already know the right answer.
Yeah, I don't like that. A lot of people know the right answer. They know what they're supposed to do, but they want people to like kind of validate that.
Right.
And it's like, no, just do what you know you need to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You're also very good at, we were speaking about this earlier, they're like, we know Shenea for the fly fits, but we don't really know her personal life. Like, you're so good at knowing what to put out there. So how do you set those boundaries and protect your peace?
Yeah, it's funny because I was saying this to myself recently, like, because people always tell me that they're like, we always feel so connected to you, but we don't really know that much about your, like,
which is
what
good.
goes on. But I think it's like the way that you have to approach, or the way that you approach different things. Like, I think a lot of times people think that connecting with someone is letting them know what goes on in their day-to-day, but you can actually just connect with someone by making them feel something. I think that's what a lot of people feel when they come to my page. Like, even if they just watch my story and they laugh, they felt, I made them feel laughter. I made them feel a level of joy, and that's why they feel connected to me. Yeah. Or if I said something that was inspiring, I made them feel uplifted. So it's like the presence that you have and the energy that you have is what people connect to. It's not always necessarily the drama and the tea and who are you with right now and who are you dating. It's like, that's not really relevant. And that also doesn't make you who you are innately. Like, we are beings before anything else that's going on outside of ourselves.
Yeah. And this is what you call an influencer. To me, someone that can make a valuable impact and make people feel connected to you, because there's just so much going on the internet. And I was actually going to ask too, like, do you feel like social media has a huge impact on people's self-confidence? I do find that when they come to your page, and even if it's negative, it's something they're battling within themselves. It has nothing to do with the person they're trolling.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I do think that social media has an impact. I think there's so much opinions online. Like, there really is so much opinions, almost too much opinions. I think, like, when we were growing up back in the day, like, the only the ways insecurity was fueled was probably through, like, media and, like, TV, magazines, but even that was a little bit more, like fine-tuned and curated thought, versus now it's just, like a gun just going off with a bunch of different thoughts from people who probably don't need to be speaking, like, at all. Actually, they need their mics cut, too. So it's like, I think all the different opinions online, like, I was just saying, because there was an entire Twitter discourse recently about taking Ubers to a date.
Oh, yes.
I did a video on TikTok about it.
Oh, my gosh.
It was so funny. I was cracking up personally. I look at the comments. I love trolling and rage baiting. But I was looking at all the commentary, and my friend and I were talking about it, and it's, like, so interesting how much people take other people's realities and, like, almost make it their own. Or, like, if someone is saying, oh, this is what I do, and it's like, okay, I'm going to do what they do. It's like, well, your life is completely different from that person. And it's like, almost if you're not even acknowledging that. Like, I feel like a lot of times people don't take the time to acknowledge that or give thought to the idea that, like, everyone is living a completely different life. No matter what is going on. Like, in your life, there may be some overlap. Like I was saying on my TikTok, we may be the same age, same race, same city. Like, there's similarities, but even then, our lives are different. And I think people come online and they see different thoughts and opinions being shared, and then they internalize them when they really shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And you're also saying, too, like, what you see on the internet, they can be living a totally different life from that. Life. Yeah, I remember you saying that. It's true. It's true. Everyone has, like, I guess, higher standards on social media.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They don't put up with a lot on social media that they put up with when they lock their phone.
Right. And then it's also, too, another thing with social media, you find that people most of the time are following a trend versus being genuine and doing what they genuinely like.
Absolutely.
So, and I feel like that's where you're really good at, too. Like, we could tell your content, like, you're so authentic.
Yeah, no, I really do aim to just please me first. I feel like which is like the opposite of how I grew up, because I really used to be a people pleaser, so it's always like, okay, how can I make everybody else happy? And then a lot of times, like, after a certain point of doing that, I realized that, like, with people pleasing, it's you're either way, you're displeased at the end of the day as a person. So, like, if my goal is to make him happy or make her happy, I'm getting displeased.
Yeah.
Or it's if I make me happy, now they're displeased. Who would I rather be displeased? I'd rather you be displeased than me be displeased.
Yeah.
So I think like now I'm like not on that people pleasing stuff, but it's like, okay, how do I please myself? What's gonna make me happy? What do I want to do? And if it's something that's I don't want to do, then I just don't do it.
Yeah, doing things on your own terms.
Absolutely.
Even the same thing, like it goes back to again taking the leap of faith and doing content full time. That's something you wanted to do. Like
and it was scary. It was definitely scary. I was definitely had a level of fear going into it. And originally, 'cause I was thinking about quitting my job in like October 2025, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the end of the year. And I was like, no, actually, I'm gonna do for my birthday. I'm gonna do it as a birthday gift. And it's like, what the fuck? Why am I
like, just do it.
Just do it. And it's like all this timeline being pushed in. It's like I have a level of security. I have the platform that I have now. I'm like engaging with audiences. I'm getting different deals. So it's like I don't have to keep prolonging it. It's just literally just me. So it's like that fear had to get overrode for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I always tell people too, you're doing something and not really sure why, but then you see that it leads you to a certain point. Like, you've been on video since you were small. I think in your Q&A video, we saw the young Shenea Walker.
Doing animal
Yeah, like, you were made for this. It's not something that you just did because of a trend. I think you were posting your outfits because you can just dress really well and you love fashion and then look. So sometimes when you're not really, like, we all want to do well and succeed, but maybe when you're not focusing on the end goal, you just get there without even noticing. Yeah. So everything we do,
that's definitely true.
And even with your job, you worked in advertising.
You're
right. See, so you see how all that aligns? Yeah. So you have built such a unique and strong sense of style. For those who are trying to sharpen their style while staying true to themselves, what would you advise? I know you did talk about, like, keep trying different styles until you feel like this is the one. Even if you wore something you didn't love, don't do it again. Yeah. But
no, it is about trial and error. It definitely is. And I think trial and error, but also just like really listening. Like I said, listening to yourself and like what works for me, instead of like doing what works for everybody else, because it's not really, everyone's different. We all live different lives, like I've been saying. So I think finding your style, I really do think it comes down to trial and error and just really trying everything. And also just the inspiration that you pull. Like I'm really big on curation and using different tools that you like that is online, like Pinterest, for example, or Tumblr, and like actually curating and combing through like different pieces or different energies that make up even different style categories. So like I had a TikTok on like haute couture, which is an entire other topic, but even that to me, like that style of women who dress a little bit more revealing, more sexy, but there's still like a level of class to them. Like even that comes with a energy or a look, like a makeup look, a hair look, like all different things match up and ladder up to what I think that is. But there's like an energy within each category. So finding that energy, who am I? Which honestly may come down to shadow work. I'm very big on shadow work.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. You were just, something popped into my head too. Like you were talking about people who might wear more revealing clothing versus. Do you think that women should change their style when they're committed to someone? Because I always find that odd, like, you know, a woman being judged because she's showing more skin. What if she just likes the outfit? Like, for me, if I'm shopping, I just like it. I'm not really thinking if it's exposing too much.
No, that's...
Like,
honestly, no, I don't think you necessarily should have to change how you dress at all. However, I always would consider, me personally, how it's going to make someone else feel that I'm with. And some things, too, it's like, it's not necessarily... Like, I think a lot of people today don't like the idea of compromising. But I don't know. I'm a bit more, like... maybe old school in my thought in that some things, like, if it really does make a person uncomfortable, I do think that one should take that into consideration. I personally would.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though the person who loves clothes and loves to wear certain things, it's like, I love my partner, I'm going to value what my partner thinks. The same way that I want my partner to do the same thing for me, then across the board, not even just when it comes to clothes. Like, I think I don't think the idea of that should differ based on the topic of it or the context of it. So, I don't know. I think it depends on who you're with, but at the same time too, I don't know. Also, what I will say is that some people, especially when it comes to clothes, or I think as a whole, taking the topic outside of just like clothing, they can't put themselves in other people's shoes. So because of that, it's like, oh, I know if my partner did this, like me and my boyfriend were actually talking about this recently, and it's like, if a man wore sweatpants with his print showing, she probably wouldn't be comfortable with that.
That's true.
You would draw the line there, but it's like, oh, who cares about that? Who cares? It's like, well, actually, we should probably talk about that. So how would you feel if the roles were reversed? So I think sometimes people don't consider that even.
That's true.
But if you wouldn't care, then maybe your partner shouldn't care either, right?
Yeah.
Or they're going to because they're their own person. They have their own feelings. You can't really tell people how to feel. But, I would just consider that, like, if the roles were reversed, how would you feel?
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you often think that, now this is interesting, like style plays a huge part in a relationship? Because, some people are like, oh, I want to be with someone in design, or oh, like their outfit's too flashy. I'm just someone that wants to put on a sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Yeah.
What do you like? What's your thought on that? Like you.
Me personally, I don't like men into fashion.
Oh, okay.
At all. I don't want a fashion dude. Those are probably the worst men to date.
Yeah. Would you do you like?
They be thinking they the birthday. I don't want to.
Yeah. So you don't be styling your boyfriend?
Well, actually, no. I wouldn't say if I would style my boyfriend, but if we're like together and we're going out, like we could coordinate. But I don't really need a man that like overly into fashion or cares about designer. Like, you just gotta be well put together.
Yeah.
Which to me, that doesn't necessarily have to take a designer.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
As long as it's clean and it looks good and well put, and looks coordinated.
Exactly.
I'm straight.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, you've been doing so well, working on so many projects. You released a new bag with NDG.
Yes.
So it's like your designer era you're stepping into, and I know you've hinted that you're working on a new product as well.
Yes.
Can you give us a little hint, like what?
It's an accessory, but it's not a common accessory at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is great. So it's not jewelry, it's not glasses, it's not bags.
Yeah, so you're
all
into
I can say, but
all right.
It's an accessory though.
What's one fashion trend that you're tired of seeing? You're like, let it go already.
One thing I actually really hate is when people wear skirts over jeans.
Oh, that's a thing.
Or like any skirt over pants.
Oh,
it's like a two-part thing. I can't.
I had a jeans that had like a fanny pack that matches. I don't know if that looked like a skirt.
It's a fanny pack?
It was a
built-in fanny pack into the jeans?
Yeah, like on it, like around it. Like it's like this jeans, and then there's a fanny pack that goes around your waist that matches the jeans.
What?
Yeah,
that sounds actually insane.
Yeah, I got it from like Boohoo, I guess.
Okay, I can expect Boohoo to commit something like that for sure.
Yes, but that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. You're absolutely killing it. You're an inspiration to so many. I just love how you believed in yourself, and you're also influencing other women to believe in themselves like me. You're my first guest for today.
Yeah,
and
I'm
just makes me so excited. Yeah, you're going to keep being successful and being amazing, and we just love your content. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm a hugger.
Give me a hug. We gotta do cheers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cheers on water too. Cheers. Get your water up.
Yes, my first guest, everyone.